Miller. Miller.
All right, hang on here. I'm turning on YouTube Live. Okay, Mr. Black, is this Corey Miller? Is this Corey Miller?
Yes, sir.
There we go. We don't have a court reporter today, so I need you to speak up so I can hear you.
Okay.
Mr. Miller, it looks like you're charged with two separate offenses. I've reviewed these plea papers. It appears to me you are ready to waive all your rights in exchange for a plea bargain agreement. Nonetheless, you have an absolute right to appear in my open courtroom and face your accusers, or you could waive those rights and agree to appear on video. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Are you agreeing to appear by video?
Yes, sir.
The court now calls for trial two cause numbers, CCR-26-571-1 and 575-1, both styled the state of Texas versus Corey Miller. What says the state in each cause?
The state is right to proceed in both causes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Vantes. What says the defense?
Your Honor, the defendant is ready in both causes, and the defendant would waive the formal reading of the information or the complaint in both causes.
Thank you, Mr. Blackwell. Good afternoon again, Mr. Miller.
Good afternoon.
Your attorney announced right today for two trials, a Class B misdemeanor accusing you of criminal trespass and a Class A misdemeanor accusing you of resisting arrest, search, or transportation. Were you aware that today is your trial for both of these allegations?
Yes, sir.
Do you read, write, and speak the English language?
Yes, sir.
Have you in the past, are you presently being treated for any kind of psychiatric condition?
No, sir.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
To the stated allegation, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Before I accept the guilty plea on either allegation, I need to make an inquiry as to your understanding of today's proceedings. Before me, I have two negotiated plea bargains attached to two separate plea memorandums, all reflecting your signatures. Do you recall signing these documents with the assistance of your attorney prior
Yes,
to
sir.
today's trial?
Yes, sir.
Any questions about these documents you may have had that your attorney, Mr. Blackwell, could not answer?
No, sir.
Your signature tells me that you understand all of your rights. You know how to use them all, but today you don't want to in exchange for this plea bargain agreement. So, for
Yes.
example, you waived your right to a jury trial. Do you know what a jury trial is?
Yes, sir.
Do you like a jury trial in either cause?
No, I'd rather just have the plea, the time served.
All right, just answer my question, and we'll
Sorry.
get to whether or not I agree to time serve you.
Yes, sir.
Do you want a jury trial in either cause?
No, sir.
There we go. Mr. Miller, I feel like you understand the right you're choosing not to use today as evidenced by our conversation and your responses, your signature on the plea memorandum, but most importantly, your attorney's signature. That tells me you spoke with a lawyer prior to making these decisions, and therefore I don't need to read this thing word for word. Instead, I'd like to ask you a few questions under oath about the process only. You have an absolute right to remain silent. You waived it by pleading guilty. You have an absolute right not to give evidence against yourself. You waived it by signing a judicial confession. No one can make you do any of those things today, Mr. Miller, but today at your trial, if I believe you and accept it, that is sufficient evidence to support my finding of your guilt today on these matters. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Then here's my question for you. Will you waive your right to remain silent? Let me place you under oath so I can ask you a few questions about the process only.
Yes, sir.
Raise your right hand. Corey Miller, aka Corey Paul Miller, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, sir.
Hey, put your hand down. Mr. Miller, what I need to know from you today is, did you voluntarily plead guilty in both causes? Did you voluntarily sign both judicial confessions only because you're guilty and for no other reason?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied thus far with your attorney's representation of you?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Blackwell, do you feel comfortable expressing an opinion? If you have one, is your client's competence? If so, what is that opinion?
Your Honor, I am comfortable expressing it, and I believe that my client is competent.
Thank you, Mr. Blackwell. Mr. Vantes, Has the state complied with the Michael Morton Act and that you made available to the defense the evidence of your possession?
To the best of my knowledge in both causes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Cervantes. Mr. Blackwell, are you satisfied the state's complied with the Michael Morton Act?
I am, Your Honor.
Did you share with your client the information that was made available to you?
I did, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Miller, today's your trial. State's accused you of a criminal act. They investigated it, actually criminal acts. They think they found enough evidence to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. They then gathered up all that evidence and turned it over to your lawyer. What I need to know from you today is, did you have a conversation with your lawyer about this evidence that the state wants to use against you?
Yes, sir.
Your risk at today's trial on the Class B is up to 180 days in jail, up to a $2,000 fine, or some combination of fine and confinement. On the Class A, it's up to a year in jail, up to a $4,000 fine, or some combination of fine and confinement. Today, however, you're asking me to do the following. You're saying, Judge, I'll plead guilty. I'll waive all my rights if you will just limit your punishment. If you're on the Class B, 30 days in jail, no fine, court costs will be assessed with 40 days jail credit. This is time served. It's both fine, confinement, and cost, leaving you with no obligation. And likewise on the Class A, same offer, same result. Are you asking me to follow these plea bargain agreements? Are you asking me to follow?
Oh,
these
yes, sir.
agreements?
Yes, sir.
It's all right.
Sorry.
It's all right. I don't have to do this if I don't want to, Mr. Miller. And if I don't want to, I'm going to tell you. I'll let you withdraw your plea of guilty, and it could not be used against you at your future jury trial. However, if I do exactly what you're requesting today, and you get out of jail, if there's no other holds, and you're walking down the street thinking I violated your rights or Mr. Blackwell did something wrong, unless you reduce those concerns in writing so we could address them, it's real hard to win those on appeal or a writ when you're on the street. You understand that?
Yeah, yes, sir.
If you don't, just tell me and I'll explain it.
Like what do you mean?
Well, let's just say you thought I did something wrong. But if you don't bring it up right now, even though I'm doing exactly what you tell me, I'm accepting your plea of guilty because you tell me you're guilty, and then I follow your exact punishment.
Yes, sir.
If you decide later that I violated your rights or Mr. Blackwell didn't do a good job, it'd be real hard to start over with an innocent plea.
Oh,
You understand?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, I understand. Mr. Blackwell explained it to me. It's just I understand things differently, but how he explained it to me, I understand it, and I'm how do you say? I'm content with what like for you giving me the time served.
Corey Miller, aka Corey Paul Miller, I find that your pleas have been made knowingly, intentionally, and voluntarily. Further, I find the evidence sufficient in both causes to support a finding of guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, and I now do find you guilty of having committed these two offenses. Mr. Cervantes, anything to borrow of sentence?
Nothing in bar, Your Honor.
Blackwell.
Only other matter for the record, Your Honor, is that a part of the agreement, there is an uncharged probable cause trespass case that the state is also rejecting as a part of our agreement.
I don't have that cause number in front of me. I'm willing to accept it. Mr. Cervantes, do you happen to have the cause number?
It's pre-charging, Your Honor, so
Yes,
we'll
Your
just protect it from intake.
I'm just
But,
gonna write.
Would you like it for the PCC number still?
Yeah, I'll just write check dismiss PCC.
Judge, it's on the commitment. It's on the commitment.
On the criminal trespass.
It's -859-26.
All right, then. I wrote it on the commitment.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right then, having previously found you guilty, I sentence you as agreed identically and concurrently to 30 days in jail, no fine, court costs on each 40 days jail credit. Your time served on both as to fine, confinement, and costs. Mr. Miller, I did exactly as you requested. Would you like to file a notice of appeal complaining of a mistake or an error?
No, sir. No, sir.
Start over with a new trial?
No, sir.
What questions do you have?
No, sir. Yeah, no
All right.
question.
Good luck, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you, Troy.
You bet, court. Judge may be excused.
Maybe see you, Troy.
Thank you.
All right, I need Mr. Padilla to approach.
Sorry, Judge, I was just telling you it's already written on the commitment.
I couldn't find it on a commitment. Doesn't mean it's not there. Maybe it's on the judgment. I looked on both commitments. So thank you for the helping and thank you, Mr. Cervantes, for the number. Mr. Padilla, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
And if you'll scoot a little bit left, that would help me. There we go. Mr. Padilla, I've reviewed your plea papers today. It looks to me like you're ready to plead guilty and waive all your rights in exchange for a plea bargain. Nonetheless, you have a right to be in my open courtroom, or you could waive that right as well and agree to appear by video. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor, I waive and I agree to appear by video.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Good job. Mr. Padilla, the court now calls for trial 2 cause numbers CCCR-26-215-2 and 223-2, both styled the state of Texas versus Miguel Moses Padilla, aka Miguel Padilla. What says the state in each cause?
The state is ready to proceed in both causes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Cervantes. Mr. Johnston, good afternoon. What says the defense?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Defense is ready in both cases and waives the reading of the charging instruments in both cases.
Thank you. Mr. Padilla, good afternoon again.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Your attorney announced right today for 2 trials, accusing you respectively of a Class B misdemeanor failure to identify and another Class B misdemeanor interfering with public duties. Were you aware that today is your trial for these 2 allegations?
Yes, Your Honor.
You read, write, and speak the English language.
I speak the English language. Yes, Your Honor.
Do you read it and write it?
Oh, yes, I can read and write as well, Your Honor.
Have you in the past or are you presently being treated for any kind of psychiatric condition?
No, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
That's okay. Are you a U.S. citizen?
Oh, yes, Your Honor, I'm a U.S. citizen.
Mr. Padilla, how do you plead guilty then to these 2 allegations?
I plead guilty, Your Honor.
I just can't talk English anymore. Maybe I should be quizzing myself as to my ability to do my job. Whew. Mr. Padilla, it's been a long day already. Mr. Padilla, before I accept the plea of guilty in either charge, I need to make an inquiry as to your understanding of today's proceedings. I have 2 negotiated plea bargain agreements in front of me attached to 2 plea memorandums, all of them reflecting your signature. Do you recall signing these plea memorandums with the assistance of your attorney prior to today's trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any questions about these documents you may have had that Mr. Johnston could not answer?
No, Your Honor.
Your signature tells me that you understand all of your rights, you know how to use them, but you don't want to in exchange for these plea bargain agreements. So, for example, in both of these causes, you waived your right to a jury trial. Do you know what a jury trial is?
Yes, Your Honor.
You want a jury trial in either cause.
I don't want a jury trial, Your Honor.
Mr. Padilla, I feel like you understand the rights you're choosing not to use today, as evidenced by this conversation and your responses, your signature on these many papers, but most importantly, it's Mr. Johnston's signature. That tells me you spoke with a lawyer, and therefore I don't need to read all this to you word for word. I would, though, like to have a conversation with you under oath about the process only. You have an absolute right to remain silent and waive it by pleading guilty to both of these causes. You have an absolute right not to give evidence against yourself. You waived that by signing 2 separate judicial confessions, admitting to all the elements as alleged in these 2 charges. No one can make you do any of that today, Mr. Padilla, but if I believe you and accept it, That is sufficient evidence in and of itself to support my finding of your guilt today on these matters. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, then here's my question. Will you waive your right to remain silent, let me place you under oath, and permit me to ask a few questions about the process only?
Yes, Your Honor, I waive my right to remain silent.
Raise your right hand. Miguel Moses Padilla, aka Miguel Padilla, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Put your hand down. Mr. Padilla, what I need to know from you today is, did you voluntarily plead guilty and did you voluntarily sign both judicial confessions only because you were guilty and for no other reason?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied thus far with your attorney's representation of you?
Yes, Your Honor.
See, you didn't have to nod that time, Mr. Johnston. Mr. Johnston, do you feel comfortable expressing an opinion, if you have one, as your client's competence? If so, what is that opinion?
I believe Mr. Padilla is competent.
Thank you. Mr. Cervantes, has the state complied with the Michael Morton Act and that you made available to the defense the evidence in your possession in both causes?
To the best of my knowledge, Your Honor, in both causes.
Thank you. Mr. Johnston, are you satisfied the state's complied with the Michael Morton Act in both causes?
To the best of my knowledge, Your Honor.
Did you then share with your client the information that was made available to you?
I did.
Excellent. Mr. Padilla, today's your trial. The state's accused you of criminal acts, investigated them all. They're pretty sure they could prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt at today's trial with all that evidence. And then they turned it all over to your lawyer. What I would like to know from you today is, did you have a conversation with your lawyer about this evidence that the state thinks they can use against you?
I did, Your Honor.
Your risk at today's trial appears to be identical. Up to 180 days in jail, up to a $2,000 fine, or some combination of fine and confinement. Today, however, you're asking me to do the following. It appears two identical plea bargains, 6 days in jail, no fine in either, court costs to be applied in both. You were to get 2 days jail credit. This is what's called a partially time-served sentence, meaning you're done sitting in jail, but you're going to have to come back to the historic courthouse to make payment arrangement and court costs. In addition, on these two commitments, there is written down refusing cases PCC-845-26, which are at intake. Did I properly announce your agreement?
Yes, you did, Your Honor.
I don't have to do this if I don't want to. If I choose not to, I'll tell you, I'll let you withdraw your plea of guilty. However, if I do exactly what you asked for today and let you think I violated your rights or a mistake was made, it's real hard to win if you raise those concerns without first reducing them to writing so that we can address those issues. You understand that risk?
Yes, sir.
Anything about this conversation make you change your mind about your decision to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Miguel Moses Padilla, aka Miguel Padilla, I find each of your pleas have been made knowingly, intentionally, and voluntarily. Further, I find the evidence sufficient in both causes to support a finding of guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. And I now do find you guilty of having committed the aforementioned offense. Mr. Padilla did exactly as you requested. Would you like to file a notice of appeal complaining of a mistake or an error in either cause?
No, Your Honor.
Would you like to start over with a new trial?
No, Your Honor.
What questions do you have for me today?
No questions, Your Honor.
Excellent. Mr. Cervantes, any other matter before the court?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Johnson.
Your Honor, are you asking if are you asking if there's anything in bar of sentence or anything else past that? Just to clarify.
I've passed the bar. I'm asking,
Okay.
Is there anything else?
Oh, Your Honor, Mr. Padilla would ask if the court would consider waiving the court costs in this case for two primary reasons, Your Honor. The first is, while he does only have 2 days of credit officially, he has actually been in jail for about 50 days straight at this point. The bonds had not been forfeited on those. And the second reason is Mr. Padilla hasn't had a job in about about somewhere between 7 and 10 years at this point. So I
All right,
have
then.
sincere concerns.
Is that correct? 50 days in jail, even though, so basically the bonding company had not surrendered him?
He was on a PR bond, Your Honor.
Is that about right, Mr. Cervantes?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then I will waive court costs in both. Anything else?
That's all
Mr.
for-
Johnson?
That is all from me, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, then. Good luck, Mr. Padilla. Have a great day. Court
Thank
is
you, you
adjourned.
as well.
Maybe excuse Judge Weaver.
See you guys.